case you're new to our channel, I'm Emerson, and this is my dad, Corey.
And my name's Corey.
And today we're going to be talking about our daily readings. And
the daily readings for which day?
The third Saturday of Lent, right, Dad?
That's correct. And the first reading is, if you're following along from home, is Hosea chapter 6, verses 1 through 6. And what is it about, Em? If you were to kind of just sum up everything from the first reading, what is it?
He asks the people that he wants mercy and the knowledge of God instead of burnt offerings.
Very good. And so and that ties in with the Psalm of David, Psalm 51. He says, "Should I even offer burnt offerings? It would not be acceptable to you, because what you want is a contrite spirit." Yeah, he wants contrition, right? He wants us to be convicted in the heart. And so how does that tie in with the Gospel of Luke? Remember, so Jesus is talking about the Pharisee and the tax collector, right? So do you remember the story? What happened there?
Well,
we're talking about Luke chapter 18, verse 9, right?
Yeah.
So the Pharisee gets up and says, I fast twice a week, I give tithes on all I get. I thank you that I'm not like the other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, etc. Right?
Yeah.
And then the tax collector says he doesn't even raise his eyes up to God, but he beat his breast, saying, "God, be merciful to me, a sinner." So before we talk about the lesson of what Jesus is saying there, how does that tie in? What do you think how does that tie into Hosea?
Giving blessings to the Lord, knowledge, discussing.
Well, so the tax collector in this scenario is contrite, right?
Yeah.
He's got a contrite spirit, and he's also not presumptuous, meaning he's not overconfident in his standing with the Lord. He just comes to God and with true contrition and disgust for his sin says, "Have mercy on me, a sinner."
I mean, they're all about giving to the Lord, right? Or what do you think?
Well, so in the case of the Pharisee, he says, "Look, I'm giving 10% of my money to God, and I'm doing all these things right. I'm thankful that I'm not an adulterer and all this stuff." So he's counting all the things he's doing almost in an effort to try to earn his way into the kingdom of God. And Jesus at the very bottom says, "Now I tell you, this man, the second man, went down to his house justified." So the tax collector was justified rather than the other. "For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but he who humbles himself will be exalted." Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what else do you want to remind the listeners of today?
Don't forget to subscribe.
And like the video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And give us a big thumbs up.
And push the little bell notification so that it notifies you when we post a new video, right?
Yep.
Okay. So this is our Bible reflection for the Saturday of the third week of Lent.
Sure is.
And we're doing it coming back from the MIT basketball tournament in Lincoln, Nebraska, where Brother Easton's team just won their first game. Thanks for listening.
Bye.